Hello everybody, Lawrence Fleming here again. Well, I'm recording another late night video because that's just the way things work out right now. I leave in the dark and I come home in the dark. But I'm sitting at the visitor center right now, so I've got light here up on the porch in my comfy rocking chair. I want to talk a little bit about the prophecies that we're looking for. We know about the book of Revelations and what it talks about, but again, it's prophecy. It's got things that are supposed to happen, but what are the orders? We know that the scrolls and the seals and the bowls and everything are linear themselves, but they seem to overlap. So how long is the final set of torments? Frankly, God could get them all over with in 1 year. You don't have to use it the whole 3.5 years. We're talking about the 70th day of Daniel being 7, and half of it being the Great Tribulation, the wrath of God. It could all happen very quickly, but then it could take the full time. We don't know. But now we want to look at the overall prophecies that cover the general frame that we're looking at, the 70th day of Daniel. And we're going to find that in Daniel 9:20. Now while I was speaking and praying and confessing my sin and the sin of my people Israel, and presenting my supplication before the Lord my God for the holy mountain of my God, yes, while I was speaking in prayer. Notice that. You got to be in good connection with God for Him to send messengers to you. So while I was speaking in prayer, the man Gabriel, whom I had seen in the vision at the beginning, being caused to fly swiftly, reaching me about the time of the evening offering. I'm at the evening. I'm too late, though, for the evening offering. And he informed me and talked with me and said, "O Daniel, I have now come forth to give you skill to understand." Notice that. We can't understand prophecy. We can analyze it. We can be logical. But we have so many different versions is because unless we're given the ability to understand it, we're not. We can make generalizations. We can say things are generally going to happen. But we can't come in and say, this is going to happen. Because we're not prophetic. Even if we interpret everything correctly, are we interpreting it prophetically correctly? Not unless we're given the ability. All right. At the beginning of your supplications, the command went out, and I have come to tell you, for you are greatly beloved. This is talking about Daniel. Therefore, consider the matter and understand the vision. So here we are in 24. 70 weeks are determined for your people and for your holy city to finish the transgressions, to make an end of sins, at least those up to that point, to make reconciliation for iniquity and bring in everlasting righteousness, to seal up vision and prophecy, to anoint the Most High. Know therefore and understand that from the going forth of the command to restore and build Jerusalem until the Messiah, the Prince, there shall be 7 weeks and 62 weeks. The street shall be built again, and the wall, even in troublesome times. So we're talking about rebuilding the temple from them being in their 70-year isolation in Babylon. And after 62 weeks, Messiah shall be cut off, crucified, but not for himself. And the people of the prince who is to come shall destroy the city and the sanctuary. Who's the prince to come? The Antichrist. And the end of it shall be with a flood until the end of the war. Desolations are determined. We have the desolation at the midway point. He shall then confirm a covenant for many for 1 week. Remember, we're talking years. It says 1 week, that's 7 years. But in the middle of the week he shall bring an end to sacrifice and offering, and on the wing of abominations shall be one who makes desolate, even until the consummation which is determined is poured out on the desolate. So we're basically told the Antichrist is going to be the initial ruler of the 7-year time frame. It's not called the tribulation. The 7 years is not. It's called the 7 years of Daniel, the final week. God promised he would deal with Israel during this time, so it has to happen. It's prophesied. And the Antichrist will be there in the very beginning. He will help through his covenant, his peace covenant, help get the temple built. But he's building it for himself because he's going to claim to be Christ. It's his last attempt. He won't ever get another chance. So he's doing the best that he can. He's going to make everybody believe that he is, and he's going to fool many. We're told to beware of false prophets, but especially this one. Now, I don't think we're going to be here for this. We're the restrainer. He can't function. Why the church is here? Why Christians are here? Because we would oppose him. Not only do we have the Spirit of God that would recognize him, but we would join up in prayers against him. And he can't beat the prayers of God, of God's people. So we have to be out here. That's why the rapture has to be soon, because we have to start that time frame. Now, Daniel doesn't say when it starts. It just says that it's going to be there after Christ is cut off. Brenda Weltner says that it could have already started in sequence right after Christ rose to be with the Father. They could have started the 70th day, and some of the things could have happened during that time frame. So we may not have a full 7 years left. But we don't know how much. If it is adjusted, we don't know how much. We look at the fig tree generation, and we see that 2028 would be the end of it, with the 80 years at 2028. But is it really 2028? We don't know. The bottom line is, we just have to be ready. Keep doing the things we're doing. Keep helping people. Keep being confident, have faith, and trust God to take care of things. Thousands of years have gone by since the early prophets talked about all this stuff. Why now? Well, Israel's reestablished. And that's where we get our fig tree generation. We've seen the Revelation 12 sign. We're in the signs right now, but where is the start that we can actually count from? The only thing that we can actually count from is the midway abomination of desolation. And in order to have that, we have to have a temple. They're ready to build it, but we have to have peace between the Jews and the Muslims to build the temple. So keep the faith, trust God. He's going to work on his timeline, not ours. Yeah, we get anxious. It's like we're kids again, and we're waiting up all night for Christmas morning for the toys that were in the material side of Christmas, huh? As kids, that's all we know. But we're not kids. We're adults now. So we know where the gifts come from. And the gifts come from God through our parents. So God will give us what we need when we need it, and then get us out of here when He needs to. Keep your eyes on Him. Be repentant at all times. Pray at all times, because you can see He didn't get His vision until He was in deep prayer. We have to be able to do that. You want visions? Be in deep prayer with God, and you'll be more connected to Him. All right. Bye for now.